Yo. Okay, so catch up time. Um, Last weekend I went to Beijing with a bunch of my friends, and that was an experience. The fast train, the bullet train, was 555 kwai one way, and I wasn't about to pay that. So we decided to get the slow train, and for a two-way round trip, it was 358 kwai, which is significantly less than 1,000 in some kwai. So, slow train takes 15 hours in comparison to the fast train, which takes, 5. Yeah, so 15 hours. And thinking, yeah, you probably got one of those like nice little rooms where you got to be able to like sit in bed and sleep and talk. And no, we got hard seats. We got seats. So it was like legitimately a plane ride home to Beijing. And I mean, it was definitely experience. We walked on and just everyone was like, oh, why go in? Check it out. Just to creep in and staring and stuff. And I felt like I was on a cattle car. It was so stuffed with people. Like people, you can buy standing tickets, and if someone gets up for a minute, they'll sit down in your seat. And then I don't know. I couldn't stand for 15 hours. That just not my thing. But yeah, so we got to Beijing and went to this place called Grandma's Kitchen. And I had an omelet for the first time in like, I don't know, forever. And it was amazing. Um, and that day, like we got off the train, we just started going. We dropped our stuff off at this hostel, which was so cute. It had a little restaurant, and at night kind of turned into a bar, and they had drinks and smoothies and Western breakfasts and traditional Chinese food and sandwiches and soup. But I went to get a sandwich. Like we're out of sandwiches. How are you out of sandwiches? We're out of all sandwiches. All right. Oh, interesting. But yeah, we went to our hostel and it was really nice, and dropped stuff off, and then immediately hopped on the metro and went to see the Forbidden City in Tiananmen Square and everything. And that was Forbidden City. I've seen so many movies and video games and stuff with that place like in it, and it was surreal and it was beautiful, and I didn't get to see enough like as much as I wanted to because we got there pretty late and it closed at like 5. But it was just, it was awesome. It was really nice. But I'd heard rumors of like these people coming up to you and being like, "Hey, check out my art exhibit. It's free and you can like look at it. And I'm a student. I want you to blah 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 blah." And then they come to tourists and they say all this stuff. And like the whole time I was like, "No, I'm walking around. I don't want to see your freaking art exhibit. I'm seeing like the most amazing Forbidden City. What? Go away." And then I found out that a lot of those people will bring you back and say it's free service, and they'll give you tea and stuff. And then they're gonna charge you like upwards of 1,000, like maybe thousands of dollars. And if you don't pay it, you could get arrested and stuff. So like schemes, and that happens a lot with guys too. But it's usually women going, "Hey, teach me English, me, buy me a drink." And then they order a bunch of food, and then the girl goes to the bathroom and leaves, and the guy's left with like a $6,000, not quite dollar bill, and can get thrown in jail if he doesn't pay it. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't look at any of those art exhibits. We have Forbidden City was beautiful. And there were a lot of throne rooms, and I feel like if I were the emperor, I don't know, I thought mansions were big. That place was just huge, but it was kind of weird because you could not see the outside. It was an enclosed city, like walls everywhere. That night, we went to the night market, and there are a bunch of pictures on my Facebook of all the street food you could have gotten. We actually went to dinner. We got some hot and sour soup, which is really delicious. And I ate jellyfish at dinner. Very odd texture, but not a lot of like natural flavor, so it wasn't fishy. It just kind of was crunchy, like a carrot crunchy, but jiggly-ish. Kind of absorbed any flavor it was cooked in, kind of like tofu. Yeah, and then we walked around, and they literally had, you could eat anything. There were starfish and seahorses and spiders and frogs and baby sparrows and chickens and someone looked at me, he goes, "Testicles?" And I was like, "No, thank you though. Delicious, not delicious." But I did eat a scorpion, a deep fried scorpion. But some of them were already like fried, and you could pick them up and just like nom on them, yay! But this one, I got the ones that were alive first, and he like pulls me over and he puts it on my arm and it like crawls on my arm like ah! And it's like a spider, and I couldn't look at it. I had to have someone ate. They were on a skewer, like 3 of them. And one of my friends ate the first one off the top, and that's like the easiest one to eat off because you just like pull it, but then you have to like kebab style the other 2. So I was just like, pull it off. She pulled it off and popped it in my mouth, and it really didn't taste like much. It was just crunchy, very crunchy. But yeah, I ate a scorpion. And I ate jellyfish, and I had a fried banana. They had good looking desserts like candied fruit and everything. And it was really funny. My one friend, I don't know, she's big boobs. And, you know, they're like, they're a spectacle in China. People are like, oh my God. And one of the guys who was selling food looks at my friend. He looks at me, he goes, oh, shit. And he starts like pulling his shirt out. And I'm like, yes, you are correct. She does have huge boobs. And I made a big scene out of it. And she was like, no. And when we walked past them again, they were all like, hey! And I was like, hey, check her out! And I made her let them take a picture of her, and she like bent over and was like, cleavage! And I've never laughed so hard in my life. It's absolutely hysterical. Yeah, so that was funny. And after the night market, we got home, and everyone else went out and like explored Beijing a little bit at night, and we just kind of hit the pillow and died. And we were in a dorm style, so there was 4 bunk beds. Yeah, 4 bunk beds, double bunk. That is the bunk bed, Natasha. Forget I said that. And there were 2 other people in there, and we were trying to guess. We were playing Guess That Gender. I play that a lot in China, but usually I see the people, and I usually lose that game a lot. But we didn't know if they were guys or girls because their backpacks weren't like too big, and they just had generic flip-flops. And I was like, I bet they're girls. And I was wrong. We woke up in the morning, and there were these 2 giant like mountain-looking men with like beards, and we're like, okay, well at least he's not gonna steal my makeup. And if he does, he can have it. Yeah, we never actually met them because they were always sleeping when we got up. But the next day we went to the Great Wall, and we got a package deal where you got up and they give you breakfast and then transported you there. And we went to a section that was, I don't know, it was touristy, but it wasn't super, super touristy. They had shirts at the bottom of the mountain that said, I climbed the Great Wall. And I wanted one for fun, but like, I don't know. Oh, Beijing also has shirts all over the place. Like, you know, I love New York, I heart NY. And Shanghai has I heart SH. And Beijing has I heart BJ. And I don't think that's a very good marketing scheme for them. But, I mean, thought about purchasing one just for the sheer hilarity of it. Yeah, so when we got there, we took a gondola up because it was like a 45-minute hike up to the wall. And we were going to do it, but we wanted to take the toboggans down, and it was cheaper just to buy them both. So we're like ski lifting it up the mountain. It's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And Mulan's playing in my head, and every other American cliche of the Great Wall is going on in my head. And I get to the top, and it's just outstandingly beautiful view, and just the mountains, like the ranges are, mountains never cease to just astound me. And so many stairs. Wore a dress to the Great Wall because I thought, I'm going to be pretty for the Great Wall, and it's going to be a beautiful day. And it was a beautiful day. The sun was shining, and it was hot. It was like 75 at least. And then I looked at the stairs and noticed that some of them were literally vertical. Like if you were at the top of the stairs, like approaching them from this direction, you could not see down them. They were 90-degree angle stairs, and then some of them were really shallow, and I was like, China, you need to work on your stairs, you need to learn how to get those straight, and they obviously did because there are stairs everywhere here. But yeah, so the Great Wall was fun. We shotgunned a beer on the Great Wall, like you do, and we also went off to the part of the Great Wall that's like 700 years old and it's not renovated yet, and they say, no going over here, dangerous, no trespassing, and we just went, okay, Great Wall Police, you don't exist. So we ignored that and we went there, and it's basically like, if you fall and you break something or you die, you can't sue us. But who do you sue? Like, China? It's a wonder of the world. I don't know. Taking a risk. And that was cool. Saw the rubble. Beautiful things. But yeah, that day was fun. We also got lunch out of the deal. Met a couple vendors. They sell you water and snacks on the top of the wall and stuff in case you get parched. And one of them just tried to kung fu all of us. Like, he would just grab us and go, ah! And we're like, okay. And he always tried to just like take me away from my friends. He'd be like waving to me, goodbye. And I was like, guys, I need help. Kung fu mask. But he was funny. A lot of them were funny, and my friend Ed was just hysterical, talking to everyone, telling people in Chinese that he was Chinese and he was Shanghainese, and like, how are you doing today, and just hitting on girls and stuff, and just I couldn't stop laughing the entire time. Yeah, we had good food, and we got back, and once we got back from the Great Wall, it was just like, I think we just chilled. Some dinner. I think I took a nap because I was exhausted. But then that night we went out and just, to explore, see what's up. And Beijing doesn't really have any good bars. First of all of the like loungy ones are super, super expensive. I'm not looking to pay that much money for a drink. And they have a lot of like stripper clubs, like a lot of stripper poles, and just kind of awkward. Then we found a place eventually, and it was like 50 RMB open bar for anything. Like, literally. Like, not just gin and tonic, vodka, any other mixer, or, I can't think of the other, just liquor / mixer. You could get, like, White Russians, Black Russians, Long Island iced teas, Long Beach iced teas, pina coladas, mojitos, raspberry mojitos, which were fabulous. A drink that I could not pronounce and tried 3 times, and even though he was Chinese, he knew exactly what I was saying and made it for me. That was funny. But yeah, that was an interesting place, and had the funniest walk back to my hostel in my life. And the next day, we went to the Summer Palace. Yeah, that was nice. That was really pretty. But, I mean, it's true when people tell you that once you see one temple, you've seen them all. You kind of have. Like, you go to the place, and it's beautiful, but you look inside, and it's like, yeah. Seat, altar, things, stuff, Buddha. And they're all really pretty, and we were just exhausted, and when we were on the street, we found a rabbit, and I just wanted to, like, everyone wanted to buy a little door bunny for forever, and Mal fell in love with one, and he just looked so perky, and we bought him. We named him David Bowie, and he was so cute, and just took him around. He came to Summer Palace with us, and all these, like, we met a couple women who live in China because their husband's like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. You're not going to eat him, right? We're like, no, we're not going to eat him. We saved him from being eaten. And yeah, so we had David Bowie, and Mal went on the train earlier than us. She went on the fast train home. So she took David Bowie, and David Bowie actually, I think someone ate David Bowie because she couldn't take him on the train. Yeah, and she ended up giving it to some dude who kept pulling on her arm and going, Chifan, I'll cook it for you and you can eat it. And she was like, no, please just take it. So, lived a short life. But then I found out later, because those bunnies die, like, really quickly. Like, they don't last very long. And we were all making bets on how long it would survive, and I bet a week. And that was even pushing it. So I lost. We all lost. It didn't last a day. But apparently they're, like, full of tumors and diseases, and that's why they die. So, that's sad. But he was really cute, and I just wanted to cuddle his face. Yeah, so we got to the train station early because we were just, the trip took a lot out of us. We did a lot in 3 days and on minimal sleep because the train is not very comfortable. So we were sitting in the train station and just people, casually. There's no seats anywhere, so we're just sitting on the floor, but everyone sits on the floor. and we get bored, so we decide to play a drinking game. And so, I don't know, it's like middle of the day. It's maybe like 3 or 4 o'clock, and me and Allie have a beer, and she's teaching me how to play this game. And, like, we're not going to... It's just to play, just for fun. And then we have a crowd of people around us, like, watching us play this card game. And being like, oh, explain it to us. And we're like, I don't know. So, yeah, eventually we just hid. Just tired of it all. And then the train ride home was painful because I got bit by Chinese mosquitoes. And when I got home, I have like these 4 giant, like each one is about this swollen and red and purple and itchy as anything. And then I'm walking in class, and literally this is the first thought that comes to my mind. My foot feels extra jiggly today. Okay, your feet don't feel jiggly. That doesn't happen. And I'm like waiting in line, I think for like lunch or something with my friend. I look down at my foot and I'm like, the fuck is this about? And like my foot is swollen to like just a disgusting size. And the best way my friend described it, she goes, hey, you know when you get those like Pillsbury biscuits and you pop the top off and then it goes boom? And I'm like, yeah? She goes, well, your foot looks like the dough popping out of the package. I'm like, thank you. So for a couple of days I've had Pillsbury foot because it spills out of my shoes. It's gross. But now I think it's finally done being disgusting. It seems normal and it's no longer jiggling. Yeah. So that was Beijing. That was fun. Weekends are just like blurring together now because tomorrow at 8:30 we go to Hangzhou, and I'm really excited to go to Hangzhou because it's supposed to be just so beautiful. And there's like a legend of the white snake, and it's about this 1,000-year-old snake demon who is a very beautiful woman. She kind of falls in love with what's called like a doctor. He's like an herbal dude, and they get married and it's a love story. But then there's an evil monk, and he's like, dude, you know your wife's a snake, right? And he's like, no. And then all this shit happens, and then they lose each other, and then other stuff happens, and they find each other, and there was a movie that came out, I guess, last year with Jet Li in it, and it's called The Sorcerer and the White Snake, and I was like, maybe this is the same thing. And actually, I saw it on the plane when we were flying to Chengdu, and I was like, what is this? Because all I saw were like 2 snakes flying in the air, and then magic, and then demons and stuff. And I was like, this has to be some crazy movie. And then it turned out to be the same story. And reason I'm talking about it is because it takes place on West Lake in Hangzhou, and kind of like it takes place there. And actually, the 2 snakes lived on Emeishan, which is the mountain that we went to in Chengdu. So like I've been to all these places, and it just made me so happy. And there's a love, just like a story, not the story of the song. Oh my gosh, no. There's a love song at the end of the movie, and I just, such a girl. But anyway, watch it. It's really good. So, yeah, we're going to Hangzhou tomorrow at 8:30. I'm excited. It's going to be great. Gonna get some tea and watch the impression. Wait, hold on. What's it called? Oh, no. I can't find... The Impression on West Lake. Yeah. You know, Zhang Yimou, that really famous Chinese film director / producer. Yeah, well, he does those things, and it's one of his water shows, and I'm really excited, and it's all about the Legend of the White Snake, and yay. Okay, so enough about that. I'll tell you about Hangzhou when I get back. And after Hangzhou, I'm going to be in Thailand in 6 days. Thailand is 6 days. Whoa, this is going so fast. I don't know what to do. And I also looked at my bank account, and I have about... Yeah, I'm not going to be eating. Not going to be eating. So, the gifts that I got are the gifts I will be giving. And any gifts that I get in Thailand, well, that's just about it, because I need the rest for food to survive. Literally. Oh, and by the way, I got Roxanne's Dave, the coolest present ever. because I was thinking, what do I get a dude who's my broski who is Dave? And yeah, that's my thought process, but yeah, it's pretty badass. Roxanne. No, I'm not even going to tell you, Roxanne, because you're going to enjoy it as well. Okay. Yeah. So, that's that. I'm going to go finish my laundry, and I'm going to get ready for tomorrow. I'm also going to post some videos that I took earlier of the face changing people, and like the one who changed his costume really quickly from the tea house performances. And also there should be a link under this video if you look under it, possibly, if I put this correctly. If not, it might be above it, so look up. Yay. But it's basically traffic in China. Yeah, just if you're wondering. So talk to you all soon. Tell you about Hangzhou, and then there'll be a week where I can tell you all about Thailand. Yay! Okay, so have a wonderful day. I will speak to you all later. Bye!